Welcome back to a new Techendo. My name is Dan Gailey.
I'm Zac Morris.
I'm Tim Jarratt.
And we're here to talk about tech.
Endo.
That's actually a winner. That's actually the winner.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next topic is incubators. Incubators. Are they worth it?
Really, I think sometimes the babies need it. Other times, I think they can grow on their own.
Deep. Yeah, that was hard cutting commentary by Zac Morris.
So what are startup incubators?
I could say it a fourth time, and then maybe it'll be funnier.
Hogardens? Is this
Hogardens?
Speaking of Hogarden, thank you to Hogarden for sponsoring today's Techendo. If you want to raise your glasses.
Beer of
Hogarden. Does that mean a garden?
God, stop that joke.
No, that was saying it.
Okay, so
on the topic of incubators, so I've never actually gone through that, but I have seen a lot of people doing it. It seems like a good way to like quickly have a lot of friends who are in the same circle, doing the same startup-y thing, and to have some sort of like social safety net, so you can talk about all the different, well, not really drama, but like the stress and the troubles you have as you grow a new company. Is that the best part of it, or is there more than that?
Well, yeah, what's your question, I guess? Like, what do you wonder?
So I actually asked the question in the subject when I said incubators, are they worth it?
Are they worth it? Incubators are worth it if you do not already have the connections necessary to make a successful company in the Valley.
What about money?
For instance, I started out and I did not know anybody in the startup field. And because I was in Y Combinator, I cheat coded my way to connections and networking in a way that I could not if I had not gone through Y Combinator.
So you did it solely for that?
It would have taken me years to meet the people, to make the connections, to gain the what's the word I'm looking for?
Network?
No, not the
clout.
Yeah, the clout, the respect in the Valley that I gained through going through Y Combinator.
By being able to name drop Y Combinator.
Yes, based purely on being able to name drop Y Combinator.
Yeah.
If I had already, done startups multiple times and I knew all these people already, whether or not it would have been worth, the percentage of my company that I gave up is a different question.
Do you feel like it was a really significant percentage? Because it seems like it's just enough to make it worth for them in the long run. And like what they're actually giving you in the short term in terms of funding is enough for most people who don't already live here to move to like Mountain View or maybe some parts of San Francisco and like actually start having like their company operating. Are you discounting that part?
I'm not going to discuss percentages or amounts of money given
I'm not saying the percentage. Yeah. I feel like it's not.
But having.
But they list those numbers on.
They don't have the exact ones.
Yeah, but like regardless of what it is, it seems like it's not
differs
that much compared to what you're actually getting.
Having had John move across the country, no, it is not enough money to move across the country and like
for one person.
For multiple people.
Multiple people. So like 2 people.
Yeah, it's not actually enough money. The value to the percentage you're giving up is not the money. The money, if you look at, and I'm talking,
so it's worth it for the network and not the money.
Yes, if I'm talking purely.
Okay. So I've actually known people that went through Y Combinator. I'm sorry, the incubator that I'm aware of, and they said that they wouldn't go back. That they would not go back through that incubator.
Is that a thing people do where you go back through the same incubator multiple times?
Yes, some people do. Yeah.
No. Really?
Yes.
Because I've never heard of that.
If I did start again, I'd do it again.
You'd go through Y Combinator?
Yeah, I would do it again.
And the reason they give is that they give up too much of the company, and they always want to work on their next big idea, and they don't want to give up that much of their big idea.
I mean, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with going from a startup and being acquired by a larger company and what you do with that time. And it seems like a lot of people use that to sort of rest a little bit, have a fun, not super challenging, stressful experience like being in a startup, and get some money so that they can seed their next round of a startup. So like, I'm really curious, like, why you would want to go through Y Combinator again. Like, what's the value there?
I would do it again because it lets me cheat on the parts of startups that I don't enjoy.
What's the part you don't enjoy?
It makes it easier for me to raise money. It makes it easier for me to meet people who want to give me money. It makes it easier for me to meet advisors. It makes easier for me to do all the shit that's not sitting down, writing code, and solving
well, I mean,
problems.
that's the entire pipeline that Y Combinator has created, right?
Yeah.
Was, they get your company, they add some type of validation to your idea. So they pipeline you directly into investors and press.